Hello, loved ones. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the family. Today, we will review Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 5, Couples Review for Shaquille and Kirsten. This episode was called It's All About the Journey. To be a part of the congregation, please subscribe. To be a part of the conversation, please comment. And to be a part of today's offering, please drop a like in the collection plate. And with that, let's get started. For this couple, I'm still trying to understand where the story is headed. In this episode, I felt like they were growing in affection with one another and trying to get a handle on what effective communication looks like for them. It's day 4, and we see Kirsten and Shaquille arrive at the hotel to start their Jamaican honeymoon. A few things I noticed when they arrived at the hotel. She made a big deal about the hotel decor being black and gold. I know that Shaquille is a member of the Divine Nine, therefore, he might be a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. If you know which fraternity he's a member of, please let me know in the comments section. When they admired the view on the patio, he hugged her from behind, and it seemed very natural. And she leaned into the embrace. She actually embraced his arms. We then see Kirsten and Shaquille eating breakfast on the patio, looking at the beach. They discuss the conference, and Kirsten says that education is important, and although not at first, but now that it is said and done, she is glad she was there to support him. I can't appreciate Kirsten in this moment. I think one of the hardest parts of being on this show is that you have to show the parts of you that others judge and may not see in a positive light. The fact that she admitted that she was not excited at first but has come around is a sign of vulnerability. Shaquille felt encouraged by her presence and support. He says he needs someone like Kirsten, someone who is showing up. He says he really likes Kirsten. They ended breakfast with Kirsten giving a cheers to the Dylans. I love that. She is embracing her new last name, and I hope she changed her name. I don't know. They seem like they have great chemistry and affection. This gives me hope. I really hope this couple makes it. We then see Kirsten and Shaquille at their ATV excursion. Kirsten says she has done this many times and she is more experienced and more adventurous than Shaquille. He says he is very cautious in life in general due to his childhood car accident. The thing I love most about this is that Kirsten was aware of him being nervous and being behind her. She turned around many times to get a gauge of where he was and how he was doing, while still putting her pedal to the metal and enjoying the experience for herself. I thought she showed great care and concern. For me, although this was a situation similar to Nate and Stasia last year, where Nate left Stasia, since Kirsten was aware of Shaquille and concerned about him, it felt different for me. I enjoyed watching the interaction. In the in-studio cameo, Kirsten says she is starting to get excited and starting to see Shaquille totally different. It is taking him a little more time to get out of that shell, but she is proud of Shaquille for doing that. Do you think that this is a cut and paste cameo? It's a studio cameo. Therefore, we don't know where in the process it was said or taped. She says she is proud of Shaquille for doing that. She does not say what that is. It has taken him a little time to get out of his shell. It's only been 3 days. I'm a little suspect about when that cameo was taped. Okay, I love that she is saying it, and I'm not trying to take away from the moment. Just so you know, I was an auditor investigator for more than 20 years, so I might be reaching due to my background. You guys let me know in the comments. Let's assume she is talking about this moment. I loved it, and I am so glad that she validated his efforts. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's all take note that he is again physical with his touch, and she embraces it and does not repel. I think this seems natural. Therefore, I'm believing that she is becoming attracted to Shaquille. I don't know. I hope this couple makes it. I think they make a beautiful couple, and I really do hope they make it. After their ATV riding experience, Kirsten and Shaquille sit down in the hammock and discuss physical intimacy as it relates to physical touch. They begin their conversation by letting us know that Shaquille plans to go work out that day and Kirsten wants no part of it. This only becomes relevant because we see Kirsten getting her workout on in next week's episode, which shows us that she can be open to do what Shaquille wants to do. He affirms his attraction and states how beautiful she is, and he feels the same way he did when he first saw her 3 days ago. She is not a 2-year-old where her looks is changing rapidly. I hope in 3 days she still looks beautiful, but I digress. Kirsten says at first she was not attracted to Shaquille's bald head. She always clarifies and states his bald head, as if she is saying she likes his look, just not that feature. And for me, I think that there is a difference in saying you don't like someone's look versus you don't like a certain aspect of their feature. But we'll see, because that's the same thing in terms of Clint and Gina. Let me just dispel this lie. Most women do not tell their husbands that they are not attracted to them upon meeting them. I am and always have been very attracted to my husband. So Kirsten, I don't know where you got that lie from. But most wives do not tell their husbands that they are not attracted to them. And if they are not attracted to them, they don't say it. They keep it to themselves, because evidently if they're talking to them and they're looking towards marriage or they want to date them, then they don't want to say that and hurt their feelings or their ego. And they may be someone who want to look deeper than a bald head into the person's heart to determine if attraction is there or not. So that is untrue. Wives do not tell their husbands, I am not attracted to you. She goes on to say that time has allowed her to grow in her attraction. Shaquille felt awkward because Kirsten expressed that she was not initially attracted to him, but he thinks the physical attraction grows, and Kirsten is finding things in him that she likes, and she is beginning to embrace his bald head. Kirsten asked, "Were you afraid to kiss me sometimes?" So that's how she stated it. Were you afraid to kiss me sometimes? The way she asked the question and the remaining conversation makes it sound like they still have never kissed. She says she does not like to kiss and uncomfortable because of her performance in that area. And he says he kisses her on the forehead, which she likes, but he feels like this is her way of keeping her guard up in that area. He ends this part of the conversation by saying he is patient. She thanks him for being patient, and Kirsten lets us know it's definitely her and not Shaquille, and they are taking baby steps. For me, I really don't care if they have kissed. It's only been a few days. I know for us it's been 6 weeks, especially for those of us who have watched the preseason. But literally for them, it's only been a few days. So if they haven't kissed in a few days, I'm okay with that. They then talk about intimacy by way of physical touch, which is what I have noticed about them throughout this episode. They hold hands, and every time they are together, they have to touch. Shaquille says it's a sense of security to let her know he got her. And Kirsten says she loves that feeling. She loves the sense of security. I love this interaction. It made me believe that they have a chance to grow together and make this marriage work. We then see Shaquille and Kirsten having a noisy dinner at night outside with the Jamaican crickets. It was so loud. I don't know if I would have been able to even think it was so loud. They both exchange compliments for one another. He thinks she is beautiful and she thinks he looks handsome. Shaquille starts off by saying the relationship has been all about him and he wants to learn more about her. I agree, and I thought that was very observant of him. Kirsten shares that during the pandemic, she became closed off and she needs his emotional connection. She is generally independent, but now wants his emotional support. He then does what I think most men do. He goes into explaining how she can fix her problem. He gives her a lecture and then turns the conversation back to himself and his mentees. At this point, she probably heard what I heard. Wah, 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 wah. I love that she addressed it in the moment. She immediately let him know she wanted him to talk to her naturally and not at her. Shout out to Elijah Wan. Also, she gave him a pass and said it will come. So I love that she told him what she needed and then didn't beat him up about it, gave him a pass and said it will come. That was great. Go Kirsten. He admits that he listens to respond, so he will have a perfect answer, but she reminds him that neither of them is perfect. How the tables have turned. We are thinking she is going to be the perfect princess, and we are finding out that he has some of those qualities as well. I enjoyed watching this couple this week, and I hope their affection for one another continues to grow. Last week, I mentioned that I think Shaquille is a recruit. I indicated that I personally don't care for recruits because I don't think that they are as committed as those who sign up for the show on their own. I discussed this topic with a friend who does not watch the show. Her take was she would be fine if she applied for the show and put her request in and they recruited someone with the qualities that she had put on her questionnaire. She did not think somebody would be less invested if they were recruited. So what do you think? Am I looking at this all wrong? Recruitment stays in the back of my mind when I watch Shaquille move through the process. Therefore, I'm going to take my friend's recommendation and assume Shaquille, Mackinley, and Airris have good intentions because I think they are all recruits. What do you think? Please let me know what you think in the comments. Well, that's all for this couple. What do you think? Were you thrown off by Kirsten leaving Shaquille during their ATV adventure? Do you think the physical touch of Kirsten and Shaquille is real? Do you think Shaquille can make the switch and talk to rather than at Kirsten? Let me know what you think in the comments. Please check out Airris and Jasmine next. And with that, until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, live with intention. Be intentional.